Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome back to My Comic Life. Now, if you're new here, this is a comic vlog where I talk about Monday through Friday, all the comics that I've read. And I finally got my first ever order from Discount Comic Book Services. So I thought I would show you some of these books. These are the books that are super independent. From Source Point Press, we have Savants. And all these books, I really have no idea what they're about. And then from the Action Lab Danger Zone, we have the Null Fairies. This one I'm not sure what to expect, but since, like, with discount, like, how cheap the books are, like, I'll try out all these different independent books. One I'm really excited for, Appalachian Apocalypse. That art is just gorgeous. And seeing that guy with the crossbow and just gonna go shoot up some zombies. And then from Archie Horrors, Blossom 666. Now I could have picked this up at my regular comic book store, but I got a really good deal on it. I think I only paid $1.99, so I was like, all right, yep, I'll definitely try that book out. So I'm really excited. I think next week I'll get my another haul, because I do it once a month. But for some reason they sent me the books this week, and then hopefully next week, at the end of the month, I'll get, more books. So, last night, I go and I put out this tweet about Aquaman. I finally got caught up with Aquaman. I read issue number 1 of Kelly Sue DeConnick's Aquaman run. And this book, Kelly Sue DeConnick, I've never read any of her work before. But let me tell you, her writing is so good. Like, I really enjoyed her Arthur Curry. Or, in this book, they call him Andy. And we have Aquaman. At the end of the last story arc, before she came on, Aquaman is basically, he sacrificed himself to save everybody from this flood that was happening around the world. And in here, we have Arthur Curry, who doesn't know who he is. All he knows is that he was in the sea, and he came upon this island with a whole bunch of other people, and he doesn't know who he is or what his place in the world is. And with this whole entire just clean slate for Aquaman, it felt really good. Now, the standout was not just Kelly Sue DeConnick, but the art team in here was tremendous. I forget what their first name is, but I put out a tweet talking about the art, and the art just blew my mind with how good this team is. Let me try to find. Robinson Roca is the penciler, and Daniel Henriquez is the does the inking. And let me tell you, this book is just gorgeous. And when you get to see Arthur going and talking to the other residents of this island, you get the sense that he's not the only one that's been swept up. Everybody that's on this island has been swept up by the sea. And the sea is angry. And the people there don't really know why or what has caused it. And you get to see them trying to go and get fish, because they're getting sick and tired of just having soup that doesn't have any protein in there. So they go and try to get this fish, and this really cool little action scene happens with it, with the fisherman trying to get it. Arthur going into the water to save the people. And all the fish that were there are dead. They're just all dead. And they're wondering, the people that are wondering, why is the ocean, the mother of the ocean, mad at us? Come to find out that this woman right here, who you see throughout the story, she's kind of almost like a hippie-ish type of character. She prays to the mother, the ocean. and she's just very much in her own little world. Well, come to find out, when all these people were put onto this island all at once, one person in their group, they didn't tell her something, or something happened, and they didn't tell her that her daughter was also on the island. So she thought that her daughter was, killed or something like that. So she basically went off on her own and she became a hermit. And so all these town folk are thinking that that's the reason why the ocean's so angry at them. So now Aquaman, who has to take this really rambunctious, really cool gal to her mother. And the dialogue between the two is really good. I was just really stunned by how much I like this. And I like the rebranding of Aquaman with the all-new Aquaman. And I like how on issue number 1, there's the part 1, like, it's just bold right in there telling everybody, hey, it's good to come on in. Like, this is like a brand new start. Where with the Marvel, you get a whole brand new Aquaman run, and with a whole fresh new number 1, and then have their legacy. But I like this idea of just having the part 1 just being bold and out there, being like, hey, this is a great jumping on point. So I just was enthralled with this book, and I go put on Twitter about how much I loved it. And I'm sleeping in bed, and all of a sudden I hear ding 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 ding. I was like, oh God, what the fuck? Did someone put me on, big old, group chat? And I hate those. So, and then I go on, I was like, wow, 50 some odd people are liking what I said, and I got the artists, retweeting it, and then other artists are retweeting what I said, and I'm like, oh my God, this is getting out there, and it was actually quite cool. So, to the team of Aquaman, fantastic job. But before that book, I just wanted a little fun, and I read Shazam issue number 2. I was surprised that Shazam came out, because I heard rumors that Shazam was going to be, it was be like a couple months out before we got the second issue, but then, boom, it came in my comic shop. I was really stoked, because Jeff Johns, I like the way he writes Shazam and all the kids with all their superpowers. And in the last issue, we had Billy Batson's father come to his foster home and saying, hey, I'm his father, and I want to talk to my son. And I love the interaction between the foster parents, and they're like, this guy, I don't know what's up with him, but Billy Batson's ours, I don't know if they if these foster parents have adopted all these kids or whatnot, but to see their interaction talking about the parent, he doesn't sound like a bad guy, but they're just afraid of what this brash man who just came in out of nowhere, if he's just going to cause havoc for their son. So I like that whole entire interaction. And then you have all the kids are back in the place where Shazam or Billy Batson got his powers, and they're exploring the cave or the train station, and they find that there's like 7 different worlds that they could go into, and they go into this world that, unlike this cover where it's like all Christmas, you definitely tell that they were thinking, all right, we're gonna get this book closer to December. Well, that never happened. But they're all the kids are at this theme park, and they're going through, and it's all lots of fun. I like the dialogue between the kids, and it's just a pure fun book. This is like a book that I cannot wait to show my nephews, who are 6. I think the oldest one's 6 or 5, and the got a 3-year-old, which I know he probably wouldn't be ready for. 3 or 4 probably wouldn't be ready for it. But the 6-year-old, I'm really excited to show him this book, because it's just lots of fun. And I can't wait to show him. I'm going to get him the Shazam, so he can read those. And I want to get him those trade paperbacks of the Zoom and the POW, I think, that DC's doing, where they're having all these trade paperbacks for kids or teens coming out. So I can't wait for that. But I gotta go to bed. Yeah, I know. I did this on Monday night, so on Tuesday when I wake up and I get into work, I can just upload this video. But tomorrow, when I woke up and I heard all the ding 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 ding, one of them was from my work, and they're like, "Hey, can you come in at 10 in the morning?" I'm like, 10 in the morning tomorrow? No, I don't want to come in 10 in the morning. And then I go into work and I'm like, so what's going on with this 10 in the morning shit? And they're like, well, when we did orientation, well, there's supposed to be a second day and state's coming on in, so we got to get all these people that didn't get the second day of orientation done with. I'm like, really? Most likely you're going to have me watch the freaking videos that everyone has to watch in those, and I'm not going to look forward to that. So I'm going to go in with a Starbucks coffee or some other Washington coffee, because it's funny though, Washington, when you drink Starbucks, people just look at you like, what are you doing when you're drinking Starbucks? You gotta drink all these other coffees to be a Washingtonian. But no, I'm from California, and like what we know is only Starbucks and Dunkin', I think Dunkin' Coffee or whatever it is. So I'm gonna get on to bed, and if you liked what you've seen here, I do this little comic vlog Monday through Friday. I can't wait. I'm gonna go into bed. I'm gonna read some of these super independent books. Hopefully tomorrow, on Wednesday, I will give you my thoughts on them. And also on Wednesday, my comic book shop, the when I get all the independent books, the Image and whatnot, they're open to midnight. And I get off at 10. So instead of waking up early in the morning to go pick up my comics and then go straight to work, I'm going to go after work and see how that is. So, my name is David. Hopefully if you liked what you've seen here, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on My Comic Life.